Hi, and welcome to Anime Jail once again. My name is Jack,
And my name is Leon.
and today, we will be talking about the once again infamous. We're always talking about infamous series here. Once again, this one actually is infamous. Series called Vampire Knight. It was an anime adaptation by Studio Dean based on a manga written by Matsuri Hino, which began in 2004 and ended in 2013 with 19 volumes. That's the general information on the series. It's Studio Dean anime, early 2000s vampire, dark fantasy, romance. So basically Twilight.
Basically Japanese Twilight.
Basically Japanese Twilight.
Have you seen Twilight?
I actually have not, and that's kind of crazy considering me because
Yeah.
how much I like vampires.
So I have seen the first movie. Oh, well, since I'm not the vampire guy, it was underwhelming for me. But well, what should I say? I'm not the vampire guy, so
Yeah,
perfect choice of an anime here today.
perfect choice for you.
Perfect choice for me. And let me tell you said it was started in 2004?
2004 was when the manga began. Yes.
Manga, yeah. And let me tell you, it looks like early 2000s.
Yeah, dude.
This show just screams early 2000s.
Yeah. You like more than other series, like you said, you feel this series age.
Yeah.
Not only visually, not only from the story, but also from the themes of it. And I feel like it goes back to what we were talking about with Black Butler and the kind of like the Chunibyo aspect kind of comes through here.
Yeah.
And it's like, like it's inherently kind of a suggestive or like cringe theme because like vampires like in themselves have a bad reputation, I think, because they kind of like represent like human desires, like the the idea like there's a creature that has to have human blood no matter what, or it's going to like die or something like that is just very very on the nose about some human desires.
Okay, I don't know about you, but I don't have the desire to suck someone's blood.
Oh, really? So just me?
Oh, you're a vampire.
Yes.
Okay, good to know. Then I'll have to place garlic around my place. I think it was garlic.
No.
Garlic and
Don't kill me. If I'm a
crosses.
vampire, don't hold up a cross to me.
Talking about cross, our main character.
Yes. Here we go. Yes. Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I have watched a bit of this series before this and like read some of it. I just now put together that cross was meant to be a reference to Vampire Cross. Like to like a crucifix. Wow, I am stupid.
Yeah, well, I know how you feel. It's
Oh, okay. So you know what it's like being stupid. Okay.
We've recorded Tanya, so not getting not getting the isekai. You remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that I forgot about that.
And I feel
yes.
like giving my general impression of the show at first.
Yeah.
I feel like this show had some ups and downs, some highs and lows.
Yeah.
But like everywhere. With the story, with the characters, with the music. Like it was how would you say? Shuffled?
Yeah, it
mixed,
was
mixed.
Yeah, mixed feelings, yeah.
Mixed feelings, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was
tired. I'm sorry.
No, I do. Dude, I'm running on empty as well, so we're gonna fight through this one. Dude, I was running on empty while watching this. I think I told you I finished this in one day.
Yeah, you told me.
By the way, that was a mistake.
Yeah, definitely.
A man can only take so much of this show in one day.
I could never watch more than 2 episodes in a row without getting tired.
Without getting nauseous.
Okay, but I feel like the last episodes we talked about our feelings, our expectations,
Yeah, yeah,
and I
yeah.
feel
Like
like it was a good idea to talk about our expectations. I'm blanking. Sorry.
yeah. No, you're good. I
So
think you're right.
let me know your
Okay.
expectations from this show.
Okay. So I had a slight bias slash um like like I I had a bit of knowledge about this before because as I said previously, I've actually watched a couple episodes back when they were on Netflix. Um, which by the way, I'd like to talk about that later because I feel like certain series have like what I call the Netflix buff, which means that them being on Netflix means that a lot of people from a certain time period watched it because like it was just there. So many people use Netflix. Um, and like I feel like people like a lot of people who didn't watch anime that much probably got introduced to it from anime on Netflix because it would like Netflix is a very like Western like uh streaming service though it is used everywhere. But I'm not sure about you, but I was actually introduced to anime from One Punch Man on Netflix.
So let me tell
Um,
you, I don't have Netflix. No, I was introduced to Netflix, to anime by a friend. As I told you,
I
he
see.
kind of forced me to uh, borrow mangas from a library,
Ah,
and well, then I started watching anime on TV.
on TV.
Yeah, so I started like in the middle, like I watched a few episodes of One Piece. I was like,
Ah,
I don't like it.
bro, I was about to say I'm surprised you kept going because you don't even like One Piece that much.
Yeah, and what got me was Detective Conan.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, and I was like intrigued. I think
Hmm.
intrigued is the right word by how this mystery theme was conveyed in this like animated scenery or setting.
Yeah, uh-huh. With
And
all
well,
the
that yeah,
yeah, yeah, uh-huh.
and then I got my first manga, which are actually the first Conan volumes.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, that's how it developed, and now I'm here in an anime podcast.
Interesting. Yeah, I just to go on that side tangent, yeah. Like because I was curious as to how you watched it cuz like I know there is some free anime like on YouTube and stuff. And I was in like early high school when I started watching anime and I watched One Punch Man. And it was kind of the same for me cuz first thing I watched like yes, I did think One Punch Man was fine, but like I didn't really like love it, you know? Like it wasn't enough to like turn me on completely to anime.
Mhm.
Um, but I guess My Hero was like My Hero was the first anime I watched and I was like, dude, this is actually like really awesome. Um, but after that, I watched what I feel like is the anime that like made me realize what anime can be and like why I love it so much, which was Sound Euphonium. Um,
Mhm.
and after I finished season 2, I was like, dude, I need more of this. I need more of this. And I watched Dragon Maid after that, and from there it just kept going.
Yeah, and then we are
Um,
again, Sound Euphonium, talking about our VA. Ah,
but
Tika
but
Anzai is back.
dude, yes. Oh my God, yes. So that's what you're saying. Yes, dude. Dude, I wonder if she's in My Hero. Cause like My Hero has so many voice actors.
Hmm. Well,
I
I
would
don't
not be
know.
surprised.
Since I have not seen My Hero. Well, I'd say yet, but
Yeah.
I
Let
don't
me check
know.
this. It looks like no. Okay. But she is in a lot of really popular stuff, like Attack on Titan as well.
But we're getting off topic, dude.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we're getting way off topic. Anyway, sorry. I was saying it had the Netflix buff, and it
Mhm.
worked on me because when I first saw it on Netflix, um, I like what immediately jived with me was the art style. And I will say up front that these character designs, this art style, this theme and like this vibe is like one of my guilty pleasures. Like I love these like very attractive men characters, these like very like huge eyes, like shoujo like art style and stuff. And like I didn't finish it back then, but I did watch a bit of it, and that that's why I recommended it because I was like, maybe I should like finish this. But yeah, so my impressions were honestly I went in with way too high expectations because I like the art style a lot. And if that's any indication about our later feelings, then let that be. But yeah, like my impressions were that it was gonna be just a cringe vampire story that I would like because I just like the art style. But what about you? What were your like expectations for it?
So, as you know, and as I've mentioned before, I'm not a big fan of vampire shows. They're often pretty cringy ish, like it's difficult for me
Oh no!
to get along with the story for most of the time.
Uh-huh.
And I've talked to my girlfriend about it, and she was like, so she has seen it, and she was like, it's probably not a show for you. And it's so I felt like it'll be similar to Diabolic Lovers,
Oh gosh, yeah.
which is also a vampire show. If you like vampire shows, go watch it. If not, don't. Diabolic
Only
with
if
a
you
K,
like
by the
vampire
way.
shows. Dude, I just searched Diabolic Lovers and a picture of a girl that says 17 years old comes up. It's Bro, this is hilarious. 17
Yeah,
and they're all 300. Bro, that's
yeah.
like actual like Twilight, right? Like isn't the main girl like in high school or like a teenager?
I don't know. It's been too long.
Oh
But
my gosh.
so I felt I went in with mixed feelings, and I felt like we'll see where it goes. And the reason why I said okay, I'm okay with watching is because of the VA of Yuki, our main character.
Yeah.
Because I was expecting some good work from Yui Horie.
Yui Horie, ne?
That were my expectations. Hopefully, some good VAs and an okay story.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't expect a good story. I'm sorry.
yeah. Yeah. And about that story, I guess with our impressions aside, we can kind of get into the first episode and just like the basic setup of the plot. Which I do think is very I would say I like the dynamic between Yuki, Zero, and I guess they call him Kuran or Kaname as well.
I'd go with Kaname.
Yeah. Kaname. Okay. We'll go with Yuki, Zero, and Kaname. But yeah, so the first episode we have what appears to be a scene of Yuki who is in the snow, and if I'm not mistaken, she's recently been attacked or she's about to be attacked by a vampire.
Mhm.
And she is saved by somebody. Who we later figure out that person who saved her was Kaname. Now Kaname is I believe, wasn't it a pureblood vampire?
A pureblood vampire.
Yeah. And so we can get into those distinctions later, but basically, a vampire who is a pureblood, which is different than some of the like lower level ones, saves Yuki, who is a human, from being killed by a vampire. Do you remember? Was she injured by the vampire at all, or like was she just like about to be attacked?
No, I think she was about to be attacked by the so-called Level E,
Yeah,
which is
right.
another
Okay.
class of vampire, and I think it's the lowest.
Yeah.
The lowest of the low. Like, already degenerating, I think.
Yeah, right.
Something
'Cause,
like
like,
that.
some vampires have like pure blood, which means that like they can stay as like not as humans, but like as like they have like a conscience or something. Whereas like the level E's like just like start going into like bestial like nature.
Beast
But I
mode
don't remember
activated.
beast mode. They're going beast mode. Do you remember what? Because it was something about like you're bit by a certain vampire and then you turn into a level E, or like if you're bitten by a yeah.
So if you're a human, we're talking about us now, weird humans. If you are, oh no, you're not a human. Are you a pureblood? Just for reference.
Who, me?
Yeah, you said you're a vampire.
Okay. Yes, I'm pure.
Okay, so if you bite me,
okay,
since I'm a human and you're a pureblood, I'll turn into a vampire.
Oh, okay.
And
what if?
But I'm like a mixed race, like to go with Harry Potter terms. I think a mudblood.
Yes.
I think they're called like that.
Yeah.
But if I bite a human, that human does not become a vampire since I'm not a pureblood.
I see. They become a level E?
No, they just stay human. That's why Yuki stays human. By the way, spoilers. Yuki stays human after Zero bites her.
Right.
But I didn't really get the level E.
Yeah,
like when
I feel like
someone
it just
a level E, or when I just felt like when somebody has red eyes, it's a level E.
Yeah, that's all you really need to know.
So
I'm only asking because
with the red eyes, be careful. They
stay
might
away.
be a vampire on beast mode.
They might be going beast mode. Yeah, I only asked because I read the series a while ago, and I feel like there was an explanation about the level E, but I just forgot it. But honestly, like you said, it's not important. Basically, how the setup is Yuki. It's all about how the characters view vampires in society, which I think is pretty compelling, because Yuki was about to be attacked by a vampire, and she was saved by a vampire. So she's kind of conflicted because, first of all, she has a friend named Zero who is a quote unquote human. We will explain that later. And then she has another friend, or honestly, I wouldn't even call Kaname her friend. Like he almost acts like her guardian, like her protector. Honestly, like in kind of a creepy way almost.
Yeah.
He's like, come sit down next to me, and she's like, actually, I'm good. And he's like, Yuki, and she's like, okay. And I'm like, bro, that is weird.
Yeah. She's just obeying. Yeah.
Yeah. She's like obeying him, which is it. As much as it's kind of rough to say, that is kind of like part of the attraction of these kind of series, which is like, they're leaning into the themes of, well, maybe I shouldn't say that, but they're leaning into the fact that it's about human desire, or like as a theme, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but if it would have been made good, I would have liked it. And
yeah,
that's
exactly.
The problem.
Yeah.
By the way, since you're having the Wikipedia open, did you notice that episode 2 came out today, 17 years ago?
Oh my god. We are commemorating the 17th anniversary.
Yeah. Memories of Blood episode.
Dude, if we would have recorded last week, we would have been recording on the anniversary of Vampire Knight.
Yeah, but last week I only watched episode 1 during that time.
We missed our chance.
Yeah, well, but we're celebrating the second episode anniversary.
Dude, we can always say that we did that.
Yeah.
But basically, as I was saying, before Leon rudely interrupted me. No, okay. Basically, you have Yuki, which by the way, um, you see right here how it's spelled Yuki.
Yeah.
The other parts of it spell it Yuuki, and I'm pretty sure the first character. Okay, so it's not the same Yuki that's in the word Yuki, which means bravery. It's is that Yasashi?
Is it the hot water you?
No, no. Oh, it's gentle. Okay,
So it's
that
the
makes sense.
Yasashi. The
Yeah, yeah,
Yasashi.
okay, yeah, it is. So that means that her name literally means like gentle princess. So
Oh,
like
dude,
I
that
guess
does
that
make it better. It makes this show so much worse.
Oh god. But I keep going on tangents. You have Yuki, who was attacked by a vampire from an early age and has bad memories about it, but then is saved by a vampire. So she sees the good and bad in vampires and like how they can be different. She also has a friend named Zero who is also with her at the school, and I'll just kind of like keep going through the like basic like setup. They are both part of the disciplinary committee, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so they are on the disciplinary committee at their high school, called Cross Academy, which basically is a school where there is a day class and a night class. The day class is normal humans, which, by the way, don't know of the existence of vampires. And the night class is made up of vampires who live on a like slightly separated like dormitory, and like
Yeah.
they go to school at night, and the other people go to school during the day. Which it's like, dude, if you don't want vampires to be known in the world, which by the way they don't, why wouldn't you just make a different school? Like, why do they have to go to the same school?
I don't know, but to be honest, I didn't even get that the other humans don't know about the existence of vampires.
They literally don't. It is comedically like everyone just is blind, I guess. Like I don't know.
Yeah, but that's like first things first. I was so confused by day and night class because of the clothing. I don't know if you like feel what I'm saying, but why is the day class wearing black uniforms and the night class wearing white uniforms?
But that's
I
the
it confused me so much.
it's the yin and yang, right? Because at night you have to wear something that matches the bright moon, which is the vampires.
I got so confused by okay, you're wearing bright stuff, but you're the night class. Maybe because apparently Yuki doesn't sleep
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
because she's awake 24/7 at day and at night.
Yeah. So, did you have anything else to add?
Not to that.
So basically, to explain what Leon is saying, because Yuki and I will also introduce her friend who is part of the disciplinary committee named Zero, who is the other main character. I would say the main characters we have are Yuki, Zero, and Kaname.
Yeah, I agree.
And so you have Yuki and Zero who are on the disciplinary committee for the school, and basically their job is to facilitate the relationship between vampires and humans when one of those parties doesn't even know the other exists. And so Yuki and Zero have to be on alert at night to like make sure the vampires aren't like killing humans, or like the humans aren't like figuring out about vampires and stuff. And so, but they also have to go to school during the day, so it's like they just really aren't sleeping, are they? And yeah, so that's the basic setup. To sort of go into a bit more of Zero, who we haven't gone to really at all. Basically his backstory, as is revealed, he was a human who was bitten by a vampire. And this is where I need you to help me a little bit, because He is turning into level E, right?
During the show, yeah, like
Okay.
slowly.
Yeah.
Like, how would you say botsi botsi?
Can you? Oh, okay. Let me.
I don't know.
Find that.
I'm like something.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah,
Bochi bochi. Okay.
little by little.
Interesting. I actually didn't know this. Huh. It reminds me of like a caterpillar like inching.
hmm
Like bochi bochi bochi. But yes,
Yeah, it
he
was
is
just
slowly.
thing of pudding, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's turning into a vampire because he was bitten by a pureblood, as mentioned
Mm,
before. Pureblood bites human, turns into human vampire, and they don't really have special skills except for the healing, but
yeah.
they just turn randomly into level E. I don't know why or why not, or I just don't know. Okay, I just don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, and I feel like this is something that I wanted to say, or like that I was thinking about, because watching this adaptation is kind of sad because from what I read, I was actually really impressed with the series, but I feel like this 13 episodes like season is rushed, and you feel that like in the explanations because like it is not really made clear like you were saying like how people like go to level E. Like they may have like explained it once, but like it's not really very well like laid out, like the power system and like how the vampires turn into each other. Like it seems like it shouldn't be that complicated, but I honestly wish there was just more time just like going into these details.
Mhm.
Because like I said, I remember there being something in the manga where it like kind of lays it out, but that's just not really given to you here. So I feel like that's kind of a knock on the pacing, but we can get a bit more into that. Um, but yes, Zero. So you just described Zero, who is the other like main character. And as far as the like triad goes, I feel like you have Yuki, who is conflicted, as is the main female protagonist of every shoujo anime. um,
True.
she's conflicted because she was saved by a vampire, but also attacked by one. Zero is not conflicted, and I think like a lot of people feel that he's the most like complex character because basically, as far as his backstory goes, as we said before, um he was bitten by a vampire, so he's turning into one. But the complexity comes in that his family was actually killed by vampires before that happened. So he actually had a disdain towards vampires because they harmed him and his family. And then now he's bitten by one and he's turning into the very thing that he hates most. So
Mhm.
it's like kind of this idea, like it's kind of cringe. It's kind of like Chunibyo, but it's like this darkness inside me. Like I need to kill this darkness, um, which is a product of its time. And so like some people might not resonate with that in this day and age as much. But basically, Zero is on the hate vampires side of it, and
Mhm.
Kaname is obviously on the supporting of vampires because he is one. Um, not only that, he's sort of like representing this pure blood aspect of like being a like a civilized vampire versus Zero, who is like unable to like control himself oftentimes. Um, so honestly, like with those three main characters, I think you have a really good setup for like you know like those three characters kind of like building off each other. But what did you think about like the main three, like that triad? You know, like who is it in Twilight? It's like Bella. Um,
Don't ask
wow,
names. I don't know. I'm not in Twilight.
you team
Edward or Team Jacob?
Twilight.
Was it Edward and Jacob? I'm not
Yes,
sure.
yes, yes. Edward and Jacob. Yes, we basically
The
have Bella, Edward,
memes.
and Jacob here.
Okay. So every Twilight fan will probably bash us now because we have no clue. Because
Probably.
we don't know. But well, if you bash us, Please do in the comments so we get more views. Thank you.
Yes, yes. All press is good press. Please hate on us. I'm not afraid to be shit on. Oh,
Okay.
man. Hey, wait, hey. Fuck off.
So our main Dryad, I was
Yes.
well, Yuki was just a little annoying. Like, because she
Yeah.
didn't develop anything. She was just like stupid.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm trying to
Yeah.
be good here, but still, you don't do that. No. You know, like
No.
that's somehow how she acted.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, her personality was very one-dimensional.
Yeah, and then we have Zero. As you said, he's probably the most complex character in here. I mean, with his family backstory. But to be fair, his family wasn't killed without a reason. Because to complete the story, his family were vampire hunters, and they killed the lover, I think, of Zero's biter.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
hope that makes sense.
you're helping me out here because I'll be honest, towards the end of this, I was just like struggling to get through it. I was not getting everything. Maybe I shouldn't watch it in one day.
Yeah, maybe. And well, Kaname was just. I don't know what his deal is, but actually, I don't want to know. He's just weird like that. I feel like he tries to be like the boss of everything, you know, like the coolest.
Exactly.
But by doing that, he's just cringe.
Yeah, exactly. Like he tries to be like the coolest guy, and like he tries to be like very calm and collected, but it ends up just coming off like an asshole.
Yeah. So that's my opinion on the main triad.
As far as your opinion goes, I definitely agree that Yuki, from a objective standpoint, is pretty. She's a little too basic. She doesn't really have much complex things going on. Like, the sad part is for me, like, this is a series that I will say I wanted it to be better than it was, or at least the anime. Like, maybe I'm just coping here, but I want to believe that the manga is better. But like, maybe I'm just hoping, like
Yeah,
for the wrong reasons there. But like, the sad part is that I like the kind of protagonist like Yuki. Like, I don't mind that she's kind of just this basic character. I like how she looks. I like her personality, and like I'm fine with that. But it is true that she just like didn't really add anything as the story was going on. And like, maybe that's because it started going into Zero's plotline a bit more after after the halfway point. But like, because like, okay, so I started getting a little, let's just say, I got a little worried when I started noticing that Zero basically gave up completely on trying to hold back from sucking Yuki's blood, and then like Yuki just like started offering her neck to him in the bathroom, and I was like, okay, Yuki, are you really like, he doesn't need this right now? Like, why are you offering your neck to him? And I'm just like, like, I just wish she was like, I wish her character was executed a bit better, because at some points it just felt like she was kind of just, okay, Zero, I'll let you suck my blood because that's all I can do to help. And I'm like, that's not helping.
Yeah, but I felt like she was the entire time just like dumb. I mean,
Yeah.
for example, episode 3, yeah, where it is revealed that Zero is a vampire.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought everybody knew from episode 1 that he's a vampire. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
have
okay.
you seen him?
Look, yeah, like How mitano ka? Yeah,
And
like
especially they were living together for I don't know how many years. Have you never noticed that he has some sharp teeth or anything?
yeah,
Are you blind?
yeah. It's
And
a bit
then two
stupid.
episodes later, we get to know that Kaname is a pureblood. Like, oh no,
Yeah,
who would have thought that?
yeah. It's all pretty predictable, I will say,
Yeah,
and it's predictable in the sense that if you look at this cover and expect a certain thing, you're probably gonna get it. Um, but it's predictable, but it's not executed well, like you said. Because, like you said, if it was done better, I feel like it would be good,
yeah.
or like it would at least be enjoyable. But it's just, I mean, we can get into why it kind of devolves a bit, but like we've been saying, there's just problems with it.
But to summarize, not to summarize, but to like
Yeah,
close
yeah, yeah,
this part, we haven't talked a lot about the story today.
yeah.
And I think, yes, I think,
Oh,
I
you think you're
think,
being funny, do you?
dude, shut up, I just fucked up my
dude,
not German accent.
dude, uh have you heard like how in London like people say that?
What?
Like a London accent, people say fink.
Really? No, it's just German if they can't pronounce the TH.
Oh yeah.
The German TH then is just F,
That's funny. Yeah.
since it's the closest. You got it. So, so we didn't get much into the story, and I think it was good not talking about the story as much. But I want to give a shout out
Yeah.
because not everything was bad.
Right, right.
And for me personally, the later episodes were better. Like episode
Mm.
9 onwards, when we had what was her name? Maria?
Maria Kurenai.
Yeah, Maria Kurenai. Beziehungsweise meine Fresse. I'm
Meine
not made for
Fresse.
speaking English today. So when Maria, or as we find out later, Shizuka Hio, is introduced as a character, I found that refreshing. I found that a cool story, like
Mhm.
we had a story there. I felt like
Yeah.
the first 8 episodes didn't have a goal where they wanted to go a direction.
Yeah, dude. And like I want to blame that on the pacing of this anime because I hope it's just better in the manga. I hope. But I definitely get what you mean. I feel like the first 3 episodes kind of felt like they were starting off with a direction.
Mhm.
But then as we got to like 4, 5, 6, 7 and like until we got to
Episode 9.
9, there was really like no direction. Like it was like no one felt like anyone was doing anything. It just felt like Zero the whole time was like, I want to suck blood, but I can't. Oh God! And then like, Zero was just being like very like edgy the whole time. And there, his teacher comes in, I believe, during this time.
Yeah, he was a cool
I f-
character. Yagari.
Same,
Yagari
same.
Sensei.
Yeah. Tolga. Yeah, I thought he was pretty cool. And he had some backstory with not only Zero but with the headmaster as well,
Mhm.
I believe. And it kind of showed how there was like a divide there because Yagari was a vampire hunter too, I believe.
Yeah, he's
And
the number 1.
okay. Um, he was a vampire hunter, and you kind of see like how that's tied into like Zero's family. But the headmaster is all about the sort of like the peace between the races of human and vampire, which some people might say that's why he has a school of humans and vampires, because he wants to be like, look, they can live in harmony together.
I just
But it's
think it's an
like,
experiment.
yeah, dude,
Because
imagine.
I don't know if you've noticed, but they, between the lines, they mentioned that he was a vampire hunter as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's just a social experiment or something. I don't know.
Imagine he doesn't give a shit about the harmony. He just wants to like try some shit.
Maybe he's a mad scientist.
Yeah. By the way, I liked his character too. He was funny.
Yeah, he was okay. And somehow he just adopted Yuki and Zero.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck?
Like, is it normal to just be like, oh, look, I found a child. Let's bring it to him.
Wait, did the headmaster know that Zero was turning into a vampire at that time when he adopted him?
Probably, but I don't know. I don't think it's mentioned.
Maybe he wanted to create harmony between his children now, who are Zero and Yuki.
Who didn't
Which,
even
by the
know
way,
that Zero is a vampire for, I don't know, 8 years.
yeah. Which, by the way, the fact that they are like not actually siblings, but like you could call them like adopted siblings, just like makes it that much more cringe / like edgy, because it's like, oh no, he's sucking her blood. They're supposed to be step siblings, and it's like, oh no. Just like we have this kind of a setup now.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's our overall story opinion. I'd say, like, going with the characters, and that's also like nearly every development. I mean, we have some side quests here and there, but like nothing too important.
Yeah, I
There
mean,
were some funny aspects.
yes, yeah.
My personal favorite of unlogical, hilarious things in this show were that they were always like hating about against the level E, and that everybody should be afraid of the level E because they're going crazy. And then there's this one episode where level E appears, and he's just one hit with a sword.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, dude, what a crazy enemy! One hit with a sword.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, like, it doesn't do a good job of showing you this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't explain what all these are very well at all. Like, you're just left thinking, like, so like are level E's dangerous? Like, who are the pure blood vampires? Like, it's just not developed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely felt that as well. I think my favorite of the funny moments, which I was about to say, I wish the show was funnier, or rather, like more slice of life, maybe, or like leaned into the comedy a bit more. Like for instance, when they have the is it White Day or Valentine's Day when
It's
they're
not mentioned. It's called Sun Chocolates Day, so I think they just made their own name, but it's probably something like Valentine's Day.
Right. I like that scene a lot. I think it was really cute. Because like obviously like I guess we didn't really bring this up, but like Yuki still kind of has this strange like lingering feeling towards Kaname, who saved her all those years ago, and she's like she kind of wants to like repay that debt / get his attention, and so she's like making chocolates for Kaname secretly. And Zero's like, oh, so you're making chocolates for him, huh? And she's like, no, I'm just trying to pay him back for saving me. But it's like, she like kind of wants to impress Kaname, and it's like, but that whole like that chocolate scene was pretty funny. I like the like the Valentine's Day stuff.
Yeah.
And I wish there was more stuff like that in the show. Yeah. But as the plot progresses, it just stops being fun at all.
Yeah, but I have a question. Maybe you can answer it. Probably not, because it's not explained as far as I know.
Probably not.
So picture this. You have Dracula. Well-known vampire. By Bram Stoker. Random side knowledge, but...
Hey, yo, fun fact.
We have Dracula. And he's, like, going through the towns looking for a new victim. And then... Get ready. He pulls out his ice magic. and freezes everything. So now to
Oh
my
my
question:
god.
why do vampires have special skills like ice or
Dude.
fire?
Holy shit, dude. Like, you bringing that up, that was literally like something that I forgot due to how little it was explained or like mattered at all. Like, dude, why do they have like elemental powers and like it's truly just not explained or shown at all? Like,
Imagine
I guess
laser
that's
vision.
dude, I'm just like, what's the point of being a vamp? Like you don't even need to be a vampire at that point. Like, you're just a superhero.
Yeah.
And it's like, if there was some kind of explanation, it would be kind of cool, probably. But at the end of the day, like you said, I'm just shown the picture of these vampires fighting a level E with ice and fire, just like ice magic, and I'm like, he's just freezing this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see like vampires fight.
Yeah, and somehow not everybody has these special skills. I mean, Kaname or Heal, they apparently don't have these skills. Yeah, I don't know.
Which like doesn't make sense because like Kaname is like the pure blood. Like, shouldn't he have like the best power or something? I don't know.
Would think so. Maybe as a big brain. I don't know.
Maybe he is big something. No, I'm kidding. Um,
Okay, then let me ask you.
okay.
What were your opinions on the music?
This kind of goes into what I was saying about the art style, and it fits with the aesthetic of it. And like I said before, this gothic, dark fantasy, vampire, shoujo aesthetic is something that I really do vibe with a lot. And I think the soundtrack fit that perfectly.
Mhm.
I love how there was like these organs that were playing like all this like orchestral music in the background. But there was also some like more like slice of life tracks that sort of fit that same plot. As far as like instrumentation, I know they used like a church organ, and they also used a they also used a harpsichord to like give you that like that gothic vibe, which I just really like a lot. So it was really for me. As far as the soundtrack goes, it was very like my kind of soundtrack. But how did you feel about the opening and ending, which I feel like you probably have some more like deep thoughts on?
Yeah, well, since you had the theoretical information, the theory, like the
Yeah, right,
instruments,
yeah.
I have no clue about that. I just have personal opinions.
Hmm.
So first, the OST, the background music. I felt like we had not enough background music because there were some scenes where I felt like, okay, we were missing some music here. Well, when there was no music, most of the time Yuki was talking, but that's another topic.
Yeah. He wasn't saying many important things.
Yeah, and then the opening. I thought a cool feature was this fading in, like having this opening scene where they talk, and then we have this like akaku akaku fading in.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
uh-huh.
I like that. Kind of
Hmm.
remembered me of Siri, like Hanamoto.
Yes. It like fades in the back, yeah.
Hmm. But
Yeah.
overall, it was a boring opening.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had no fast-paced stuff. We had some not low, slow music, and except for the akaku fading in,
Akaku.
everything sounded the same.
Yeah.
Um,
Um
Similar for the ending. Like it was fitting, it fit the style, but was too slow for me.
yeah, I think I listened to the opening every time, but I didn't listen to the ending every time, which is kind of like kind of typical. Um
Hmm.
but I think the ending was probably fine. Like I remember it vaguely, but like it didn't stick with me at all. And honestly, the only part of the opening that sticked with me was the akaku 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 you did that. Like that part. Which I think was pretty good, but overall I think you're right. Like it's it's uh it's just a very simple song. And I will say it fits with the like similar to the OST. It fits with the vibe of it pretty well, but it just doesn't stand out too much.
Yeah.
So I think I mostly agree with you on that. But with music out of the way, and we've kind of gone through all we want to go through story and character wise, do you want to go to voice actors?
Yeah, and let me tell you, I'm prepared at least a little bit about our main characters.
I am too. Yeah, I would say so.
So we have Yuki Cross by Yui Horie.
Yui Horie, ne?
And I think Yui Horie is pretty well known.
Yeah.
I just looked through her roles and I found at least some I knew. Like, well, I think nearly everyone knows like Felix from ReZero.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a pretty well known image, even though I haven't seen ReZero. Then another role some could know is like a Charl from Fairy Tail, which is the
Okay.
other flying cat coming in later with Wendy. I don't know if you're into Fairy Tail with.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I honestly don't know much about it.
Okay, and then my personal favorite, we have Koko Kaga from Golden Time. Woo!
Golden Time. Okay, dude, you're giving me a reason to watch Golden Time.
Yeah, well, Golden Time is a banger. One of my favorites.
Hey, maybe we can get to it one day.
One day.
I know her best as Hanekawa from Monogatari.
Oh yeah, Monogatari.
Or rather, that's how I found her. But yeah, her performance in that really does stand out a lot, and definitely makes you like it makes you like turn your head and be like, whoa, that is something.
Yeah, but to be honest, I didn't feel like her voice acting was too good in this show. Like, I feel like she could do better, but I don't know if there was any option to do better in this show.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't want to blame her. I just want to blame the show.
Right.
And we don't mean to offend anybody.
Yui Horie, you're still amazing.
Yeah.
No, she's definitely famous. She has she has kind of like her own like fan base of like people who follow her. I'd say I mostly agree with you. Like, her voice acting is like pretty simple in this show, but I do think that's more of a problem of her dialogue and like probably just this show's bad direction.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm right there with you. I think she did good, but like this show has problems that she can't fix.
Yeah. She's not Tika Anzai, right?
Exactly. She can't carry that hard. Not just
Chika Anzai mentioned check. It's like a checklist. So you mentioned Chika Anzai mentioned
every episode. Add one to the tally.
Yeah, we have not talked about Honkai Star Rail today, so
oh my god, yeah.
Honkai Star Rail. I don't know if Yui Horie is in Honkai Star Rail. But...
Let's see.
No, she's not.
She's in Blue Archive. Okay.
She's in Genshin, so
she's in Genshin. Okay. Point. That's okay. I forgot. We need to check if all these are in Genshin and Honkai.
Yeah. Okay. So going to Zero. We have Mamoru Miyano, I think.
Mamo.
Well, I looked through his roles, and he has some free roles, like roles in free, like the swimming anime.
Free.
Demon Slayer and Nanatsu no Taizai, but nothing too big, you know. At least that's what I felt like. I mean, if you're a fan of one of his shows, he might be a bigger role in your opinion. Yeah.
He's not in Honkai or Genshin.
But he's Harry Potter. Like he's Percy
He's
Weasley
Harry Potter.
in the Harry
Oh,
Potter
he's
movies,
Percy. Oh, wow.
and he's Newt Scamander.
Oh my god.
Okay, so maybe he's not that much of an anime voice actor, and more of a movie guy.
Well, from what I know, he's pretty famous, and I've heard him from a lot of stuff, like since I started watching anime.
Dude, you're kidding me, right? I'm talking about like that. There's nothing too big he has done, and you're like, yeah, he's pretty big.
Well, yeah, like, cause like I've heard that he's pretty famous actually. And by the way, I found out his nickname by his fans is Mummel,
Mummel.
and I'm gonna start calling him that now.
Okay.
He all I know is he's known for playing these like sort of like boyish sort of like the pretty boy.
Mhm.
He's known for playing that kind of character, which is more of like Kaname's character, but because like you know how like Zero is kind of like a bit more like kind of like edgy,
Yeah.
which I think made him struggle because I feel like he's not really used to playing that kind of character. But
Mhm.
as far as like roles he's done, he's probably most famous for Light from Death Note.
Yeah.
As far as other famous roles, he was Benny Maru in Fire Force, which is pretty big. He's also Tamaki from Ouran High School Host Club. Oh, he's Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs as well.
Okay, then let me correct my earlier statement. He's not big for me since I don't know any of his roles.
I see. Well, that makes sense.
I
Dude,
looked
he's
through this
also-
and was like, okay, I don't know anything.
He's not big for Leon, and I doubt this show made that any better.
No, not really.
Dude,
Well,
he's
yeah.
also Gamma 2 in Dragon Ball. But yeah,
because I'm a big Dragon Ball guy, huh?
yeah. I'm not even that much either, but oh, dude, he's Mia from Haikyuu. He's Atsumu. But anyway, yeah. So
Yeah,
that was Mamo,
So coming to our last character
our last
from our main characters, and well, it's Daisuke Kishio, I think. Yeah,
Kishio.
And I also felt like he has not that many big roles.
Yeah, bro, look at this. He's
But
not much.
he had some interesting, like two interesting roles for me. He was Toby from Fairy Tail,
Okay.
which is like a weird looking dog guy. And I think if you scroll down through his AniList, you'll know what I
I'll
mean
probably
if you
find
see
it.
the picture.
Not this dog, right?
No, not this dog. But it looks like a man. There he is. 2018.
Oh, what the? I do not like that character design. Oh my gosh.
It's an interesting design. Okay, let me spit out image.
Oh gosh.
And well, my personal favorite, he's Kurama from Kami-sama Kiss.
Oh.
And well, it's
Kami-sama
also
Kiss.
a pretty boy there, like a devil, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Have you seen Kami-sama Kiss?
I have not. Is he the main fox guy?
No, he's not the main fox guy.
Okay.
He's like I forgot his name, like not the Raven, something like that.
Kami-sama Kiss.
Kami-sama Kiss, yeah. So
Wait, dude. The actual Japanese name is Kami-sama Hajimemashita,
yeah,
which means I began as a god?
yeah, that's correct.
Interesting.
And there he is, Shinjiro Kurama.
I see. Oh, he's this kind of guy.
Fallen
Okay.
Angel, my bad.
Fallen
Yeah,
Angel.
Crow. He is a crow Tengu. So he's not a raven, it's a crow.
Bro, he's a crow Tengu. Toho?
Maybe.
Aya is a crow Tengu from Toho, but now I just want to talk about Toho.
Okay, Toho, check.
My checklist. Okay. That's pretty cool, bro. I kind of want to watch this now. Have you watched the anime of this?
Yeah, I've seen both seasons. Season 1 multiple times because of the AMV.
All right. Is it pretty good?
It's the first season is good. The second was alright,
Okay.
but I like the first season. So,
But yes, we have
would
we have him.
recommend.
We have
Well,
Daisuke Kishio.
that's basically it.
Yeah, no, he's pretty light.
On your screen. The Fukuyama, Yuri, I think. Yuri Fukuyama with purple background. On Hanabusa, Idol Senpai.
Idol. Where are you, Idol?
Second row, Idol Senpai.
There we go. Got it.
I know him
Jun
from somewhere. Jun. Okay.
Jun
Is he in
Fukuyama.
Honkai Star Rail? Let's find out.
Honestly, maybe.
No, he's not. We don't have a single
He's Joker.
Honkai Star Rail character.
We do not. That might be a first.
And I know him from somewhere, but I don't know from where, you know?
Yeah, uh-huh. I think he might be... Oh, no, I'm thinking of this guy. Because I knew he was here. This guy's in Nier, I believe. I think he plays the pod.
Svarog.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
He's also this guy from Grand Blue that we just saw.
Oh, yeah. I think we've talked about it last time.
Yeah. What guy did you say he is?
Svarog.
Oh, yeah, that.
Robot.
Yes.
Clara's robot.
He also plays the robot from Nier, so it's kind of fitting. He's doing some robot roles. But he's really good. Again, kind of just a minor character, but still.
Yeah.
I didn't even say his name. He plays Toga, and he's Hiroki Yasumoto.
Oh, Yagari. Okay. I'm so confused with these names. Like,
I know.
That's the problem. I don't remember most of the names. Like, I know the main three. I know Idol Senpai because of the
pun.
Because of the pun, yeah. And well, Yagari because he's hilarious.
Yeah, true. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, most of these characters do not matter, and you just don't remember them.
I mean, at the scene where Yagari comes into the ethics class, I think.
Yeah.
And he, like, everybody's like, "Oh, aren't you the vampire hunter?" And it's like, "Huh, maybe." They're like, "Are we on your list?" Well, if you get on my nerves, you will be.
Bro, I think that might be the scene where he first comes into the vampire like classroom, and like someone like throws a knife at him, and he like catches it or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like someone like tries to kill him. Yeah, that scene was pretty funny.
So,
yeah, I guess so.
Animation. Your thoughts?
Ooh,
let me know.
Animation. Yeah, I mean, if you're an animation lover and that's why you watch anime, do not watch this show. That's all I will say immediately off the bat. Like, not talking about art style, because I do love the art style. I just, at best, I think it is just average animation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what is kind of to be expected with Studio Dean. If I'm not mistaken, they did. I might be getting this mixed up. I think they did a Full Metal Panic back in the day. Let me check on that. But that show is not animated well. Ooh, no, I think it's Gonzo. Maybe. It doesn't matter that much. But yeah, I all I'm trying to say, Studio Dean, not really known for their amazing animation. I mean, it's just it's just passable at best. I mean, it is like you were saying, it's a product of its time. Like, it's from like early 2000s. You're not really getting anything too crazy unless you're like Kyoto Animation maybe back then, but even then. So I mean, honestly, nothing really to write home about. But what do you think?
I totally agree. Like, everything looked rather flat. You know, we had no depth, and there it is again. The depth.
Yep.
Like,
oh yeah.
Returns.
The difficult pronunciation.
Yeah, and it basically looked like every 2000s high school anime.
Yep, literally.
Like, it's so average, at least for the animation.
100%.
Well, I don't have more to add there.
Me neither. Honestly, there's not much more to say.
Wow.
Except for, Leon, do you, on a scale from 0 to 100, want to be my boyfriend? No, I'm kidding. What do you rate Vampire Knight on a scale from 0 to 100 in steps of 5?
Let's make it short and simple.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. It's a 40 out of 100
Okay.
for me. It's not the middle, it's not average, it's worse than Lane in my opinion. It's on the same scale as Diabolic Lovers for me. We had a boring beginning with a stronger ending. The first season we had some mediocre characters, some boring, at least for me, boring music, and well, flat animation. And sadly, the VAs couldn't help with that.
Yeah, it really felt like that.
There were too many unexplained, like important unexplained stuff. I mean, like as we've mentioned, especially the level E vampire structure or the special elementary skills that some of them are there. So 40 out of 100, short and sweet. Thank you. Applause now.
Thank you.
So, Jack.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, will you be my boyfriend?
Francis, I'm sorry.
So, let me ask you, on a scale from 0 to 100 in steps of 5, what is your rating for Vampire Knight?
So, I'm feeling like a short and sweet day as well too. Honestly, I agree with you mostly, except I think the show is just, it's good at the beginning, I feel like, but it really drags down in the middle, and it gets slightly interesting by the end, but like they just haven't done anything to convince you to care by the end, unfortunately. And honestly, the biggest sad part to me is that there are two voice actors that I really love here, which is Yui Horie and Mamoru Miyano. Mamo. Love you, Mamo. But like you said, they just can't really help in this situation. And not only that, but it feels like the dialogue is like causing them to seem worse, which is sad to me because they're very good. And so for that reason, and just for it being almost completely average to bad, I give it a 45. Because I honestly think it probably should get a 40, but the only reason why I'm giving it up is that it's just my kind of style show, and like I do like looking at the characters. I do like the aesthetic, but unfortunately, it's just boring and underdeveloped. So,
okay,
45.
Then let me ask you: Would you go down if I ask you why is it called Vampire Knight?
And 40 it is. You know what? I'm gonna keep that. I'm not even changing that.
That's such a. So I was confused, and I asked.
That's actually a very convincing point.
Like, why is it called Vampire Knight? There's not a single knight in there. It's just vampires.
Bro,
if we
you're telling me
with Vampire Knight, like Darkness Knight,
yeah,
okay, I'd agree. Wouldn't be the best title, but I'd agree. But
yeah.
Vampire Knight.
Oh man.
Like K Knight.
Yeah.
Knight, if we want.
By the way, what is the German word for knight?
The German word for knight is Ritter.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not even that close.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering because the K, and I was like, I wonder if they like have that or something. But
No,
I'm just stupid.
I don't know where it comes from. I'd imagine that like in like old English they probably would have said knight.
Yeah, I think so.
Got omitted.
Hard to say.
By speaking, and as we know in English, spelling didn't change, so.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm keeping it at 40 because of that. Like it's just this like that as well. Like just the title being that is just like it's not really fully there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it the first time for us having the same rating?
Dude, maybe. Thanks to you. Thanks to you.
Because I pointed out there's no knights.
Maybe if there were, it would be more interesting.
Maybe. Well, let's conclude this. Thank
Dude,
you guys
hold
so
on.
much. Yeah.
I have to say this. In the recommendations, Diabolic Lovers is here. So take everything I said about this episode and apply it to Diabolic Lovers. I haven't seen it. Fuck you.
Yeah. Well, let's
Dude.
conclude this.
Yes,
Come on.
okay.
Let's
I'm
conclude
sorry,
this
I'm sorry.
episode. I hope you guys had fun listening. I hope you were not a huge fan of Vampire Knight. No, Vampire Knight. Sorry. I hope you were not a fan of Vampire Knight. If so, please
Yeah.
bash us in the comments.
If so, please explain your mental state, because it can't
And
be
please
healthy.
explain your opinions as well. We're interested, okay? And also, if you have some shows you want us to talk about, please let us know.
Yes, please do.
We'll hear us in a fortnight with episode 10, I think.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's kind of a big one.
Yeah, but we still have to decide what we're going to watch. That's
We're gonna do that right
what
now.
we'll do after stopping this recording. So, see you in a fortnight. Bye bye.
See you guys in Fortnite. Bye, Nick.